Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on Hypixel Skyblock, and today we are gonna be making the Endstone sword. I'm pretty sure is what it's called. I think, yeah. I just barely unlocked it, and you need to get up to 50,000 like Endstone. You can either mine it over at the end, or you can just like place on an Endstone minion, and then yeah, you can just make him do the work, which is what I did. Yeah, we're gonna be making ourselves this Endstone sword, and all we need is 2 stacks of Enchanted Endstone, which isn't really that difficult to get if you've been like mining it and you haven't really been selling it or using it on the minion. Yeah, I got up to 3 stacks and 54. So yeah, we're gonna be using 2 stacks of them. So we just need 1 stick, 2 enchanted endstone, and then we got ourselves the endstone sword. It does 50 damage and 50 strength, and the item ability for this is extreme focus. Once you right click it, it's basically like the endstone bow, I think. Like it consumes all of your mana, but you have to right click it with the sword, and with the bow you have to like left click it, like punch it in order for it to actually work to consume all of your mana. So this one consumes all your remaining mana to grant damage resistance for 5 seconds and extra damage on your next hit within 5 seconds, depending on how much mana was consumed. So yeah, you get damage resistance, and then you'll be able to do a lot more damage depending on how much mana you do. Well, not how much mana you do, but how much mana you have. You have only 5 seconds, so you have a 5-second like open period in order for you to actually like use this sword for it to actually do the right amount of damage that you did on how much mana you consume. So right now we have like 456 with this set that I have on. When I hold my sword, it gives us extra mana plus 60. So I guess we'll just test it out with up to 456 mana for now, and then we'll be wearing our other set, which is the light set, whatever it's called, the crystal set. Yeah, the crystal armor, which is what we did last video. So we're at 456. We're gonna be using normal like a set that does not double our stats or anything, and this is my stats so far. I think it's pretty much the same like last time. So you right click, and there we go, 91% damage resistance, 91% damage. That's it. Did it only do like 400 or like 500 regular damage, dude? Okay, so if we take a look, you now have 91% damage resistance and 91% damage on your next hit. Okay, so you get 91% damage resistance, which is that's pretty cool, I guess. Of course, this isn't enchanted yet. I will be enchanting this soon. I just want to see how much damage it'll actually do, like by itself, you know. And if these guys have more, well, actually, I don't have giant killer, so it doesn't really matter if these guys have a lot of health or not. So right click, damage resistance doesn't show us, but top. So 592 is how much it does, I think, regular. I don't know how much crit damage it'll do, to be honest. Please give me crit damage, dude, please. 592. I mean, 2,000 up to 10,000. Okay, let's just say if we were to hit a crit damage, it'll do like 600, right? 700, 600 to 700. Let's just say that, right? All right, one more time, dude. I'm gonna try it one more time and see if I can get a crit damage. We'll see. Because if not, then I'm just gonna be wearing my ender armor and see how much I'll do with like double the crit chance and all that, like crit damage and everything. Well, actually, let's check. How much damage does it even do with just 50 and 50? Let's see. Oh, 900 crit damage. You saw that? Hello? Wait, so if it did 900 crit damage, and I'm guessing with like the double, it'll probably do like probably up to like 1,000 to 1,600 possibly, and like 91%. Do you think it'll like stack up to our next sword damage instead of just using this sword? Nah, it has to be this sword, right? Only this sword has to do it. Unless, should we test it out and see? Hold on, how much crit damage do we do with our pigment sword? Up to 11,000. 11,955. 11,874. It's random. Let's see. Can I get crit damage? Please give me crit damage. 500. Well, that's great. Well, it does 900. All right, it does 900 with the thing. Here, let's wear our ender armor and see how much we'll be able to do with this set on. How much does it do with like the regular sword? So we're gonna be doing a lot of crit damage still. So 1,600 is how much it does against these guys. So that's not bad. Crit damage, and we are at 456. All right, so we can take this off now and wear this armor. All right, pop 91%, and then pop. Well, 2,409 was it? I think, yeah. So it does up to 2,400, which is it's pretty good, dude. You know, obviously you have to consume all your mana. Wait, what if we do just 50? It'll do 11%. All right. So I'm guessing if we had like probably 500 to 600 mana, it'll do like 100%. But when we wear our other armor, though, ooh, that's gonna be a lot. So one more thing, I want to test this out. Does it like stack onto our other weapon when we use it? I wanna know, dude. So with the regular ender armor, when I wear this, I do up to like 16k against these Enderman. So if it goes up to like 17,000, then using this ability, it does stack up to the other weapons. But, we'll see if it does or not. So let's take off our regular set, put this set back on. So we do 16,750 against these guys, right? Yeah, okay. 16,755. I consume all this mana. 5 seconds. Oh my god! Dude, it does stack up! It did 20,000! Yo, okay, you don't have to use the endstone sword, dude. You can just use it as like a second ability when you waste all your mana. Yo, okay, 9% gives me 17,000. Yo, okay. So at 456, dude, I do up to 20,000 crit damage with this set. So I go up to like almost like 3 point something K. So you don't have to use this sword only just to use the ability. You can use whatever weapon. I'm guessing you can also use the bow as well. Oh, dude, this sword might be good. Imagine you just use this sword. You have like over 1,000 mana and you're fighting like the Ender Dragon or something and you use your bow. Imagine how much damage you do. Oh my god, alright. I mean, I don't know. It's only the first hit, obviously, that does like the most damage. It's alright, right? I don't know. Let's see how much 220 mana does though. So if I use 220, 44%. I do 18,722 instead. You don't have to use a sword just to use the ability for it. Alright, that's cool. Does the Endstone do that too? Consumes all your mana in your next hit. Dude, if this actually works with the Endstone bow too. Hold on. Wait. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Let's see if that actually works. I don't know. Dude, they're both the same. They both have the same ability. But this one, you have 5 seconds to use the extra damage. This one, you can use it whenever. Let's see if it does the same amount. So let's see if we do up to 18,000. Alright, so we're at 220 mana. We left click, right? Yeah, we have plus 220 more damage. 16,000. Nope. It looks like it does not work with the bow. Yeah, I didn't like consume it yet. So I still have 220 onto this bow. I can't left click it. So that sucks on this. Can we use the Ruinous bow? Will that work? I'm gonna swap to my Ruinous bow and see if I can do like extra damage and see if it'll consume my extreme ability, whatever that I have on. So let's see. And nope, it did not consume. So if I were to use this bow, then it consumes. Alright. Okay, so the bow doesn't work like that. It's only the sword that stacks up. I wonder, does it stack up with the bow as well? So I have 5 seconds prior to use this. Let's do this, and then bop. So 4,000. Oh my god. Okay. So yeah, you can also use your bow on here, dude. With this sword, when you combine it with like your mana, you also do extra crit damage. Okay, that's pretty cool. All right. I mean, this sword, it has like, it's good, sort of, I guess you could say. It's also not, because you have to consume all of your mana. It might be a little bit good, but at the same time, might not be if you're using like the rest of your mana for something else as well. Yeah, dude. All right. I'm gonna go and fully enchant this now, just to have like every single enchant, basically. All right. I finished applying every single enchant to this sword that I have. That is that's pretty much needed for this sword. And yeah, so yeah, we got everything needed. Let's go see how much damage this will do with our regular set. Hopefully, if we can get into the end. Yeah, okay, we can. Because right now I can't open up my piggy bank because the menu is disabled for some reason. But yeah, if we were to just hit a regular Enderman with first strike, it does 2,900. It's alright. So yeah, 2,000, and then the regular damage is up to like 900, I think. Yeah, so 2,900 damage is how much this does. But if we were to consume all of our mana, which we have 456, right clicking 91% damage, we do 1,200 damage. All right, well, that's great, dude. I did not get my crit damage. Come on, don't fail me now. Come on, give me crit damage. There we go, 3,600 when we apply this ability. Wait, does it keep on going? I think it keeps on going until like 5 seconds is up. I mean, it's always the first hit though, isn't it? Yeah, it's always the first hit. It doesn't matter if you like continue it. All right, so I did like 3,600 damage, crit damage when we use the ability for this sword. So yeah, not that good. I see the aspect of the end. You can do a little bit more damage to these guys, but yeah. But if we were to wear our Ender armor though, let's see how much damage we'd actually do. Obviously this is not like reforged yet, so yeah, it's like 50, 50, and 50 for crit damage as well. So if we were to just like regularly hit with this guy, we do up to 3,832 crit damage against these guys and 1,300 normal. Can I get like a crit? There we go, 4,700 for like the first hit with the first strike on this sword. So yeah, 4,711 damage with this thing. So that is pretty good, dude. Now I need to get back up to like 456 so that we can see how much damage we do with 456 mana, and then I'm gonna be wearing my light set and see how much 1,300 mana does. Yeah, dude, I can't wait to see that. We're gonna do it with like the regular set without any extra stat boost, and then we're gonna try with the Ender armor stat boost and see how much damage it'll do. Pop, and then bop. So 5,861 damage is how much it does. I see if we were to use this sword, yeah, we'd be doing a lot more. It's time to go and wear our other set, do the crystal armor set, and see how much damage we do with that amount of mana that we have on this set. Alright, can I regenerate over at the end? What time is it? 3 a.m? No, we'll just test it out with the 1,100 mana real quick and see how much damage we do. Let's right click, and then our first hit, 3,718. That's how I see with regular. And we didn't have the mana. We do up to 2,000 damage. So we went up a little bit, like over a K sort of. So you now have 100% damage resistance for 5 seconds and 221% damage in your next hit. We gotta test out how much it'll do with our pigment sword, dude. Okay, you know what? Let's right click. How much damage, how much like percentage would we get? So we would get 263% with 1300 mana and then 221. So we went up to like 42% extra. All right, not bad, dude. So that's if we had 1316. That's how much damage we'd be able to do. This time we're gonna use the pigment sword, dude. All right, so we right click and then 15,000. Wait, 11,000. It does only 15,000. It goes up to 15,000. But if we were to wear the Ender armor, though, who knows, man? We do a lot more. So wear our Ender armor and see how much damage we do using the Endstone sword. So we're at 1186 now. Okay, we went up a little bit of mana. So 237%. We do 5,000 on these guys. We still do like 5,000 with this sword, even with a bunch of mana. Now let's go back and let's see how much damage we'd be able to do with the pigment sword instead. The amount of mana we have. Okay, we are at 1316. Okay, let's test it out like regularly without like any extra stats with 1300. So if we right click, we do 3700 still. Pretty much it's still the same, I guess. So it's a right click and then pigment sword. It still does 15,000. Oh, even if it's at 263,000, like the extra, it doesn't really do that much damage. It still does the same amount. All right, wait. So does that mean we're just gonna be able to do only 20,000 damage then? If we were to wear the other set. All right, let's see. Let's wear this. Let's use the Endstone sword first with 1300 damage with the extra stats. Bop, and then we do 5,974 with this set. Okay. So pop 21,000. Okay. So previously we did like 20,000 with like 91% damage. This time we went up like a little bit, not too much. I don't think it was a 1,000, a little bit. Yeah, it's not really that amazing, man. All right, so it still does the same amount of damage against these guys. I thought we were gonna be able to do a lot more damage with like up to 200% extra damage, but we don't. So we only did 21,000 with the pigment sword using it. It's all right, I guess. I don't know, dude. Could have done better, man. It could have done better for sure. Last thing to do is time to like reforge this thing and see how much. Oh boy, how much damage it'll do with the extra crit damage. I think like 18%. No, it's an epic, so I don't know how much is gonna be, but it's gonna be semi-good. Okay, these guys are temporarily disabled, unless I can get spicy on my first try. Unless these blacksmith don't work neither. Okay, they do. Watch this disappear, dude. Okay, we got fair, fast, superior. Last one, please, 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 please. Strong. 200 IQ right here, dude. Let's just sell some stuff real quick, you know? Let's just sell this, that, and that, and then some bones, and then hopefully do not sell anything that is really valuable. Okay, I gotta go get some more stuff to sell, dude. Since the bank is closed right now, there's only one way that we can actually get a bunch of money just to sell other stuff, and it's a good thing that I've been grinding some of these Endermen so I can sell this stuff. Hopefully this will be enough. Okay, we got up to 17,000 with that. All right, grant me spicy, brother. There we go. First try. All right, that's pretty good, dude. I like it. 32 extra crit damage. Oh yeah, this is an epic, huh? I forgot. All right, let's go see how much damage this will do over at the end. I'm wearing a regular set, and actually let me wear this set just in case. All right, so if we were to just hit a normal one with let's hit one with 4,500 health. So 1,000 regular damage. Let's see how much it'll do with the crit damage on our first hit. So 3,302 extra crit damage with this thing. All right, so let's see how much crit damage we'd be able to do without using the extra stat boost. So 1316, please give me crit damage on the first try, man. Oh. So 4,170. All right, not too bad, dude. And let's test it out with our other gear, dude. Enderman gear. So 6,540. Oh my gosh. Okay, so it does 6,000 with the extra 263% while wearing the Ender set. And I can actually one-shot these guys sometimes up here if my crit chance procs like every time, but it doesn't. So 5,200 with this sword while wearing my Ender armor. But yeah, dude, that's pretty much it for this sword. It's pretty good. It's all right. I mean, you can do 5k damage when you have the spicy enchant, and then if you use the ability and then use that ability, the extra 200% damage, you do up to 6,000. Yeah, I mean, it's one-shotable for the Enderman at the top over at the end, and this sword is alright. I mean, using the extreme focus, and then you can use it either on your bow, on your like strongest sword, like the pigment sword, aspect of the dragon sword, or whatever, even your aspect of the end sword, but obviously it's only gonna be able to do that with the first hit, and you also get damage resistance, and if you have over like, I don't know how much mana, probably like 1,000 mana, or probably like 500 to 600 mana, you can get up to like 100% damage resistance for 5 seconds, so that might help you guys as well. well. But would I use it, like the ability? Probably not. Maybe one day I will, just to test it out and see how much damage we'll be able to do against like the Ender Dragon if I were to like right click up to 1300 mana, or at least like 400 mana, and then use my bow and see how much damage I do. Other than that, that's pretty much it, dude. Anyways, yeah, I have these guys set up because I'm trying to make these other things that you can get from. It's the, whatchamacallit, the Night Crystal and Day Crystal. Grants you like 5 extra strength and defense. Yeah, we'll do that later on. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace out.